Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of the Americans Moment. Glad to have you guys with me on this journey again. And, there's those things that just seem to put a bee in your bonnet from time to time. Those slight irritations, people saying a word that just jars you the wrong way. I was looking at some articles, and I'm sure every last one of you guys in this country, you take what you do for a living serious. I'm sure you take your family serious. You take your culture serious. And the reason why I believe this podcast is important, because sometimes you just want to sit and chop it up, whether it's with your partners, your friends. Sometimes it might be a business acquaintance or just someone that you happen to meet at the park while you're walking your dog. These things I love to embrace, and I call them the American culture. I call them a part of who we are. And as I look every single day, it seems like as we make progress, it seems that progress is always thwarted, or at best, don't get me wrong here, at best, the progress is halted for a time. And, that those thoughts in my mind, they have me thinking from this position. Those setbacks, those struggling times, because it just seems like we can't move forward. And I'm talking about the country as a whole. It's important to have these conversations every single day, or, when I feel or deem it's necessary, because iron sharpens iron. You guys heard that term before, right? Iron sharpens iron. And I love to surround myself with sharp people, and all of us Americans should love to be surrounded with people that have elevated thinking patterns. I mean, hell, even if you're just that everyday Joe having a drink, a beer with your buddy, that's American culture. But I believe it's good to get away some time and just talk about some things, and whether it's on the political front, whether it's on cultural, social issues, or whether it's just having a conversation. That right there is that moment that all of us Americans need to make an impact in the world, our little community. But something put a bee in my bonnet today. I was looking at an article, and it was in Breitbart. And I remember, and I'm sure some of you do that are conservatives, when it's about 2015, and it's on the famous clips on YouTube, Donald Trump winning the election and stuff like that. And I wanted to talk about something else today for the 10 minutes we had together. But as I read this article, my blood began to boil. Oh, yeah, I was fuming. I'm sitting in a drive-through, and I'm getting medicine for my son. He has an earache, and, just sharing those things. And so I'm sitting there for about 10 minutes. This guy I'm sure he was working hard, but they were apparently understaffed or something. And so I read this article, and Coulter, she predicted that the best chance of someone winning from the field of Republicans that they had, she proclaimed Donald Trump. And Joy Reid and a whole lot of cast of other hosts of left mobs, they laughed. And they laughed really hard. And they laughed and they laughed. And so she took the brunt of that. But as I read this article today, and what she said was, it said, Ann Coulter, what America wants is Trumpism without Trump. And at first I thought that maybe she was going to give two different paradigms, two ways of thinking, two different outlooks or vantage points. You know, remember that movie with Forrest Whitaker and I think Sigourney Weaver was on there, and it was good movie. It's called Vantage Point or something like that. But everyone saw things from, and I'm thinking she was going to do that, but she didn't. She said she was glad that he lost. And, you know, I know Trump didn't build the wall fast enough for you and Coulter. I know that he didn't get the illegal aliens out of the country fast enough for you and Coulter. And I know as far as making sure that, you know, birthright citizenship, you know, when they're born here and, you know, well, he didn't get that done fast enough, and a whole lot of other little quirks while you're facing the deep state. You know, Ann Coulter, I want to ask you this question. And I'm sure all of us Americans that we're sitting here and we're podcasting across the country, we want to ask you this question here. The chances that he had, knowing that what we know now, the setup of Michael Flynn, General Mike Flynn, it's really sad that you say that. The peaceful transition of power that everyone talks about. You know, it's funny that he didn't get that opportunity to have a peaceful transference of power, excuse me. And I think, you know, people say life isn't fair, and that's true. But what they've done to this man for 4 years, I have to say hands down, I look at all the cards on the table, and I'm sure you guys would agree. It's not fair. And so her quarrels with Donald Trump is, as I think about it, I think it's personal. In fact, I know it's personal, you know. And she said the reason why I'm very happy that the president lost, first of all, and I'm not going to go to our article there. You guys can go read it. For you to say that as we watched a man outwork his opponent 90 to 1 when it came to campaigning, when it came to him rallying the crowds, rallying the troops, getting the Americans excited. So I want to ask you this question again, Miss Coulter. America wants Trumpism without Trump. I think the deep state wants to eliminate Trump. In fact, I know, and you know too. And in fact, in the dangerous time that we're living in right now, you know the mental capacity of Joe Biden. You know that there are sinister plans. There are open border individuals. You know this. You know that they want to delete and remove us from having gas and oil and being the oil superpower in the world. You know that they're proposing the Green New Deal. You know that Joe Biden, his mental toughness, it has never been there. It's non-existent. He's the dumbest man in Washington. But I digress. You know that they're going to give amnesty to 25 million illegal aliens in this country, a pathway to citizenship, and they broke the law. Now, a question to all of you far left thinkers out there wanting us to try socialism in this country. Here's the bad thing about socialism. Once it's introduced into a community or a country, you can never get it out. So I'm going to say this. Ann Coulter, you've lost your way. Ann Coulter, for you to want a Joe Biden and hope that we hold the Senate to kind of block what he does, I find that completely irresponsible for you to say something like that. And not just that, give a dissertation and talking to these young conservatives and they're hearing this crap coming out of your mouth. You need to go back to square one. And that's my America's Moment. I'll see you guys next time.